What's up, nerds? We are your hosts. I am Jake.
And I am Chad.
This week we are sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
We are also sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
This week we'll be talking about the season finale of The Last of Us, now on HBO and HBO Max.
That's the one.
Could have been HBO Go or HBO
Yeah.
Now or HBO Then.
We'll also be talking about Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, now streaming on Disney+. So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd Podcast. Tink.
Nerd. Welcome back, nerds, to the All Things Nerd Podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Jake, Jacoby. Never mind, I was going to go further with that. How was your week?
Week's been pretty good, pretty tame.
Like an Impala, right?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Tame Impala. Sorry, my dog's being annoying. Go on, go lay down. Pretty boring for the most part. Did some home projects. Nothing really to talk about. We do, as of tomorrow, begin our second trimester, so that's exciting. We should get some pictures of the baby that actually looks like a baby instead of a blob.
Instead of some weird alien that's just growing inside of your girlfriend.
How about you, Chadley?
Nothing.
Right on.
My week was
See ya.
didn't really do anything, like I stayed at home, watched some TV, played some video games. Yeah, that was about it. Worked.
What video games are you playing?
So I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, that's right.
And I know that's controversial to some people. And let me just preface it by saying, fuck J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Not a good person. But, I grew up with Harry Potter and stuff like that. So, I'm not going to not play this game.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Other than that, the Academy Awards was this past weekend, right? That's the Oscars?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that. Who knows? They all kind of run together.
Yeah.
But some pretty awesome things happened. Brendan Fraser won an award for The Whale.
Mm-hmm. Which he's been doing since it came out.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I need a...
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I have to prepare myself.
Yeah. But and no surprise here, but the big one is everything everywhere all at once is just taking fucking names, man. They just cleaned house last night.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I mean, they got Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor or Actress, whatever. I mean, fuck. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it. I feel bad because it looks incredible. I wanted to see it, and then I just never watched it.
I remember Jerry talking about it.
Literally have it downloaded on my server to watch. I just haven't.
Yeah. But Jimmy Kimmel made a pretty funny joke about Will Smith. I thought it was funny.
Ooh, I missed that.
That was a year ago. So at the same award show, and Jimmy Kimmel was kind of like, if anybody gets violent, basically we'll give you an award and then allow you to have a 7-minute acceptance speech. Yeah. And he's like, but if you're going to try to attack me, you should know you have to go through Creed himself, and then they showed like Michael B. Jordan, and he's like, I got you. But pretty sure Will Smith is banned for like 10 years from that award ceremony, so
Yeah, he's not allowed to to go.
Yeah.
He can still be nominated. He wasn't like removed from the Academy. He can still win awards. He just isn't allowed there for a few years.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, we'll just have to keep his name out of our mouths.
Well, more importantly, his wife's.
Ugh.
But what was cool was that Kiwi Kwan won.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Harrison Ford presented the award to him, which is where he got his start, I believe, was in Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom. And I mean, like, Steven Spielberg was in the audience.
Yep.
All that, on top of the fact that he was in Encino Man with Brendan Fraser.
And then they both took home an award.
Yeah. And because they both were kind of like outcast from Hollywood for different reasons. Yeah. But, I mean, they were kind of like outcast. They separated themselves. And then they came back with a fucking vengeance.
Yeah.
And good, because they deserve it. They're incredible actors. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
Also, we got a trailer for The Little Mermaid.
Trailer 2?
Well, it's the first, like, full trailer instead of, like...
Yeah, the teaser.
Teaser with song. This looks really good.
Really good. I'm stoked. We got to see some more characters. Melissa McCarthy as... The fuck's her name in that?
Ursula.
Jesus Christ.
What a perfect casting.
Yeah. Sorry, I was shaming myself for not knowing that. It's like, did you prepare much, Jake? Yeah,
nope.
Ursula.
I'm just kidding. Javier Bardem. The last one definitely isn't right, but
Bardies.
Nuts.
Grow up, Chad.
Nope. As King Triton, which is super awesome.
I don't. Who is the guy playing Prince Eric?
Oh, I looked it up earlier today.
I'll find it. You keep talking.
No, it looks really, really good. Johann Hauer King.
That's the guy who's playing him?
Yeah. He was in like Little Women.
The new one?
Yeah.
Timothy
Was Timothy Chalamet and Ding Dong in that one? I feel bad because I love Timothy
Chalamet. Yeah, no, I do too. I actually really like well, never mind, whatever. We're getting off track here. But Saoirse Ronan is in that as well, and I'm a huge fan of her.
Oh yeah. So was Maya Hawke in Little Women.
Oh. Well, son of a bitch. Go check out her music video, everybody. You're welcome.
I didn't know Maya Hawke made music.
Yeah. Oh. Well, sorry.
You can send it to me later. It's fine.
No, it's fine. She has a music video, and she's naked like the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Neat.
Neato gang. Moving on.
Neato burrito. But the movie looks great, and literally at no point during the trailer was I like, why is not everyone white? It looks great. And if that's your only hang up, I mean, get fucked and stay fucked. Because this looks like it's going to be a really awesome live action adaptation.
Yeah.
And if skin color bothers you, go fuck yourself.
With your red hat.
Yeah. Just spit on it. No, don't spit on it. Just roll it and just shove. It
Yeah.
doesn't need any lube. Wow, that got a little aggressive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
You all
should
right?
tell you about our first sponsor instead. I'm glad that they're happy to come after a talk like that, which is Ray's energy drinks. Did you forget to grab the stuff to
I
show it?
put it
It's
away. I was
totally
cleaning
fine.
the other day, and yeah, I forgot to bring it back out.
Well, that's fine. It's a great energy drink with 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 crash. Lots of great flavors. And if energy drinks aren't your thing, they've got stuff from like cake in a cup, pancake mix, cookie dough, everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
Pre-workout supplements, stuff like that. It's all there. And if you are like us and you don't eat meat or animal products, there's some plant-based options as well, which is super awesome. So listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you to talk about The Last of Us. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raise Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, friends, we are going to talk about The Last of Us. So, first and foremost, before we get started, spoiler alert, if you have not finished watching it, go finish it, come back, and listen up. You got about 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're good.
This show has been perfect. I'll go out there and say it. I think this is a perfect show.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one con, but we'll get to it in a little bit. I told you about it off camera, and it's not even a bad thing. The show itself has been great. It's just something that I wanted to see. And we can talk about that in a minute. But
Yeah.
other than that, yes, it's been flawless.
Yeah, and so accurate to the game.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess this is what you get when, I don't know, you let the writer of one of the writers from the game also write for the show and executive produce it and be a part of it, because then you're not disappointing fans. Like, obviously there's things that have to be changed because gameplay versus shows are obviously so different, but let the people that create the game be a part of the show making process, and you
Right?
get this.
Yeah.
Just so good.
Yeah. I mean, one of the cooler things is that we get Ashley Johnson in the beginning of the episode, who voiced Ellie in the game. She also voices Pike in Fox McCanna. You guys have heard us talk about that recently. And like, like as soon as she like opened her mouth, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's Pike."
Yeah.
Like yeah. But you had pointed out she looks like she could be, sorry, Bella Ramsey's like actual mom.
Yeah.
They look so similar. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, the first game, like part one of The Last of Us, uh, Ellie's character wasn't as designed to look as much like Ashley Johnson, but
Mm-hmm.
in part two, they did kind of adjust the character's features to look more like Ashley Johnson and stuff like that. Which then also just gives so much more credence to Bella playing the character.
Yeah.
But so it starts with a flashback of Ashley Johnson just being pregnant as fuck and giving birth to a baby and also fighting off an infected at the same time. Fucking wild.
Yeah. It is intense.
I mean, that's where uh, Ellie's switchblade comes from, was from her mother.
Mm-hmm. Her
But
mother gave her something else as well.
immunity.
Immunity.
Because while she was still giving birth, she was bit.
Yeah.
But
She had given birth as the clicker or whatever. I think it was
I think
the
it was
stage
just
before a clicker.
yeah, I think it was just a regular infected.
Yeah. And she like fights it off while holding her brand newborn baby in her arms, and it's not until after she kills the infected that she realizes that she's been bit, and then right as that happens, she realizes that the baby it's still connected to her via umbilical cord, and she's like, "Ah, fuck," and cuts that. So a little bit of shit got in there, and that's why Ellie is immune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, neither of us have played the game. I mean, you have it. I'll be picking it up here shortly.
Keep going.
Okay. So because of that, we don't know if that's why Ellie is immune in the game.
Yeah.
I would assume so. But
Yeah, they've
I
been
mean,
pretty close to the chest with all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we also find out that that's kind of where Marlene comes into the story. You know, the leader of the Fireflies is because that her and Ellie's mom were like best friends.
Mm-hmm.
It even shows Marlene, you know, taking Ellie as a newborn baby out into the hallway and going back into the room to kill Ashley Johnson because she has been bitten. I can only imagine, like, that's like your best friend, you know, like being like, oh, I have to kill you now.
I'd kill you, bro.
I'd kill you too.
I would not raise your baby.
That's fine.
I'm just kidding. She bites me.
Talk about my dog for those of you that don't know. Don't have children. I don't have children. That was not a command. I'm sorry. But we also see, you know, when it flashes back to more like present time, you know, after everything that happened in the past couple of episodes, Joel has really changed his stance on Ellie.
Yeah.
You know, she's no longer cargo.
Cargo.
She is his like adoptive daughter at this point in time, is the way that he sees her. And it's kind of awkward, but also fun to like see him like try and shift the way he talks to her and like interact with her instead of like being like the grim, gruff dude of like, we got to do this to survive. We're not friends, to being like, so how was school today? without being that dramatic. Just your dog in the back. Oh, she almost got it. She got her tail. Oh, what a beautiful idiot. Just but I mean, they make it to Salt Lake City. We see them feed giraffes.
Yeah, it was a very Jurassic Park moment.
Yeah, without the sneeze.
Yeah.
But it was also cool because like Ellie was just like in awe, and Joel like kept handing her like branches to like feed the giraffe with, and
Yeah.
you get like these little moments where Joel is trying to help Ellie forget that they're like in the end of the world, which is pretty awesome because like he is just so much in protective dad mode.
Yeah. Oh God.
But also we get a callback to, I think it's episode 2, when they're looking out like over the view of like the decrepit city, and you know, can't deny that view. You know, exact lines. I fucking love the show, man.
Yeah. But then they get fucking gas bombed or flashbang grenaded.
Yeah. Super not awesome, Cotton. It was so not Raven, is what I'm really trying to say here.
So not Raven. They get captured by the Fireflies, which is who they were looking for. Well, I guess I mean, I don't want to break down the whole episode, you know, but I mean, there is a part to mention that when Joel and Ellie are talking about it, he's like, we don't have to do this. Like, we can just go back to where Tommy is and just live. And she's like, no, if I can help people, I'm going to do it. Like, there's no half-assing this. And he's like, okay. And then they get flash grenade.
Banged.
Ah.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Finger bang into
Finger
my
bang.
heart. But when like Joel comes to, like he's in a medical tent, you know, and is asking questions. Marlene's there, just I don't know a more delicate way to put this. She's a cunt. Like she's just super not great.
No. A real cunty vibe about that one.
Yeah, like it's almost like Dumbledore from Harry Potter. Like knows that at the end you're gonna have to sacrifice a child and does everything to protect the child so that you can sacrifice it at the right time.
Yeah,
because that's exactly what is going to happen. You know, they can't just like take Ellie's blood.
It's in her brain.
Yeah, because cordyceps, you know, they attack the brain, so they're gonna take her brain tissue, basically kill her, take everything that she has, to then try and find a cure for it. And Joel's like, "Nah, we ain't doing that."
Yeah.
And then what happens?
He break a cage, and he get this. They basically are like, hey, take him out, you know, to the road with his backpack. If he tries anything, kill him. And how do you put it? They fucked around and found out. Joel was I'm struggling here.
Yeah, he's
sick. In case anyone's wondering why I'm kind of being a little more quiet this episode. I'm really not feeling well.
No, it's cute. He's got a sniffly nose and has been asking
I got
for
like
soup.
A crazy fever, and my brain is boiling.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Syphilis.
You can just take penicillin for that. Supposedly.
I'm allergic to penicillin.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, then it might be syphilis. Okay, cool. But as Joel is getting like escorted out of the hospital, he makes the choice that he can't just like let Ellie die.
Mm.
So he goes just one-man army
On a
and
fucking rampage.
just starts red-shirting everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing a yellow shirt today? Go change.
There were literally parts. I mean, it was like so satisfying to watch. There were parts where he's killing people that were like surrendering, and like as like there's like a part specifically where the guy is like, I don't want to die, puts his gun down, and I like yelled at the TV. I was like, fuck him, kill him anyway, and sure as shit, just fucking bodies the dude, and I was like, nice,
Nice.
nice.
But I mean, he works his way through the hospital. And what was really cool was as like one gun ran out of ammo, just like would happen in a video game, he's dropping or real life. I mean, let's be honest. He's dropping that gun, picking up a different gun. Collecting ammo as he's going, and just doesn't stop. Like makes his way up floors and floors of this hospital that they're in. It's kind of fucked that they're about to like cut Ellie's brain out, but still decide to put her in the pediatric wing. Like, just put her in an OR that isn't like 6 floors above you, so everyone, like, bad military planning. Like, the Fireflies clearly are not organized and they suck. Because they're like, oh, she's a kid. Put her in the child operating room. It's like 6 floors away, and we'll just scatter our defenses, so in case anyone wants to attack us, they have a better chance of succeeding. But that's what happens. And I don't know if we should go into what you had mentioned, because that gives away details of part 2 and the game as well. But
But you could say what happened when he gets to the OR.
Yeah, I mean, he gets in there. There's 2 nurses and a doctor. Kills the doctor right away.
I mean, the doctor grabs a scalpel and is like, I'm not going to let you take her. And he's like, yeah, okay. Bam!
Bang. Cool. Your scalpel did a lot of good against this fucking handgun. And then, tells the nurses, unhook her from everything, turn around, leave the room. Like,
yeah. Yep.
And it gets to the point where Marlene is still a cunt. And he's like,
once a cunt, always a cunt.
Hit him with the hard T.
Yeah.
But he's like carrying Ellie out of the hospital, gets to the parking garage, sees that there's a vehicle working because it's the Fireflies. They tend to have a few functioning vehicles. And at first it looks like he's just talking to Marlene, like, no, we're gonna leave. And you don't see what happens at first, because in the next scene he's driving, Ellie's like coming down from the anesthesia and stuff like that in the back seat. Marlene's so dead.
Like DED dead.
Like OMG dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played the game yet. I was, waiting till after the show, but when we were watching it, I was like, oh, he killed her. And Nicole's like, you don't know that. And I was like, she's dead.
Yeah, she's not alive.
She's definitely dead. He didn't let surrendering people live. There's no way he was going to let the chick who put her in that operating room live.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to happen.
And during the drive, at the end, it does flash back and show that, that's exactly what happens. I mean, he shoots Marlene in the stomach, and then she starts, like, begging for her life. Like, oh, just let me live, and you guys can go. And he's like, you'll just come after her. Bang! And shoots her again.
In the head.
Just so dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like DED dead.
Like OMG dead.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But then the final, like the closing scene of this is taken directly from the end of the first game. Again, haven't played, but I've seen the side by side comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
The attention to detail in this show to the game is phenomenal. Like dialogue from these cutscenes, the camera positioning from the cutscenes. You know, like when certain lines of dialogue are delivered, you're just looking out the windshield as Joel's driving. Some of them are from Ellie's perspective, looking up at Joel from the back seat. Some of them are looking down at Ellie. Like the detail that stays so true to the game is incredible. It is so good. But this is really where like Ellie opens up to Joel about killing Riley, because we never saw it happen. And it explains a little bit more of like her turmoil as well. But
you also kind of knew that just because, like, in that episode when Riley's like, let's just wait it out. If we know that Ellie is immune, so we're like, oh. I actually kind of wanted to see it, but
I think leaving it a mystery makes it more powerful, though.
Yeah.
But I definitely also wanted to see it too.
Yeah.
And it also goes back to, you know, when Ellie told Joel when she killed that guy that was attacking him, like, it wasn't the first time that I had to kill someone, you know, and she goes in and talks about that with Joel. But this is really where Joel fully, truly embraces the fact that he's like a surrogate parent now. It was no, because like a lot of this episode, you know, he's just trying to protect her despite the consequences, you know, not trying to, but like lying directly to her.
But like the fucked up part of it was that she like is like, what happened? And he's like, you know what? They took some samples and they realized that they can't actually make a cure from your blood, so they let us go. And that's definitely not what happened.
Yeah. And like telling her like, oh, it turns out that there's more people like you that are immune, and they couldn't do anything with that, so they're just not going to keep looking for a cure.
Yep.
And you can see based on like the way she reacts and is talking to him about it that she doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
But she's scared, but also trusts him. So knows that like even though there's a darker truth to it, she chooses to accept his words. Truly solidifying like that parental bond as well. Fuck, I want season 2 next week. Like, it's not gonna happen
until like late 2024 or early 2025.
Oh
yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Ugh. This show is fantastic, though.
It's great.
So good.
But we're gonna move on.
No.
You ready to move on?
Keep talking about how great the show is. Yeah, move on. Tell us about our second sponsor, Jake.
Sponsor 2 is Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up and we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today. Okay, everyone. So now we're going to talk about episode 2 of The Mandalorian Season 3, now on Disney+. Before we get started, spoiler alerts. I mean, by the time this episode comes out, you'll have had a full week to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But we understand some people aren't as big of nerds as us. So I'm pretty sure I wasted enough time to where we can just get right into it now. You had your chance. Tune out, tune back in. If not, this is on you. Okay. So Mando goes to Tatooine. Looking for the parts for that droid. From
the last episode.
Yeah.
The first episode.
The HK, basically, the hunter killer. I don't know what the actual droid type is, because HK is definitely from
he needs it
Terminator.
to go down into the waters of Mandalore and test the atmosphere and shit and see if it's even possible for him to go down there to get baptized in the lakes of Minnetonka.
Yeah. He needs someone to navigate him through the mines of Moria. I'm glad you got it, because as I said, I was like, there's going to be some listeners that are like, it's Mandalore, you dumbass. It's like, I know. But I mean, it's the droid is kind of like R2, where it's a little like skittish, but like, I mean, it's an astromech droid. But it's
like R4.
Yeah, it's an R4 unit.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we see in A New Hope, where it's a little bit more of a squared top astromech droid. It's kind of a little bitch of a droid.
I felt as bad as you can feel for a robot. Hi, I'm the problem.
It's me.
My brain's cooking. You do feel bad for it, because he's just like, it's scared. It's like shaking, and fucking Din is just being like, don't be a baby.
Yeah.
Get out there. Get out there while we stay safe in this spaceship, and we can fuck off if we need to.
Yeah.
So, and he's not safe because something happens to him, or it.
Well, Din also, because the droid survives a little bit.
Well, I meant like in that moment where he's like, "Don't be such a baby, go out there," and then the droid like disappears. And
yeah,
and it's because there's like
flying trolls,
orcs,
yeah.
Orcs.
They might be Urukai, if you will.
Yeah, he's like cheesy ass. I mean, that's Star Wars. Like, I'm not ragging on it. I love it. But just these cheesy ass alien things that are in there, they're basically like trolls.
Yeah.
Muscular things that Din has to like fight off with his big sword.
You're doing great.
I'm dying. I think I'm actually dying. I can't like finish a thought. Like, I can get it in my head, and it's just not coming out. Coming. You mean like coming? No, I definitely have a high fever right now, and it's like I'm like cooking. Like, look at my face; it's so like red. It's okay. We'll get through this.
But it turns out that the atmosphere of Mandalore is breathable air,
Which is not what we thought because Bo-Katan said that it's not breathable
Yeah.
and that it's cursed.
It doesn't seem to be cursed, but there is a MODOK somewhere on there.
A Krang, if you will.
A Krang.
If you don't know what Krang is, I understand that there's people younger than me. I'm dying. Krang is from the original cartoon, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is like a robot. It was a brain inside of a liquid inside of a robot, and his name was Krang. And there's this weird little creature that's very similar to that, like down in these caves in Mandalore.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like a good mix between Krang and MODOK.
Yeah,
because like it hasn't. It's like an eye in a mason jar that has mechanics that it uses, and it like wields these machines. The weird troll things are also kind of afraid of it, but it attacks Din, Mando, if you will.
He's very much the damsel in distress in this episode.
He is,
because we'll get into it, but
yeah.
It happens a couple times.
Is the all things. Sorry. But Din even tries using like the Darksaber to fight off like the trolls, and even fight this Megatron spider crab Krang thing. And he still is struggling to wield the Darksaber.
Yeah.
So
you gotta use both hands.
I mean, he did. He even spit on it at one point. I'm pretty sure I saw him.
Thank you.
Lean back his helmet and go, and then kept going, and it just didn't help him.
No.
But he ends up getting captured by this Krang MODOK.
We'll call it that.
Fuckbag.
It was like a Venus flytrap. Basically, it was like under like the sand in the cave, and when he was on top of it, it was like whoosh, and like, right? Like a Venus flytrap. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Mando wasn't as badass as we're used to in this episode, which is fine.
That's okay, because there was a badass in this episode. It just wasn't him.
Yeah, it was the Bo-Katan.
And kind of Grogu.
And Grogu, too. Yeah.
He's got these front flips down, dude. I love it.
He took what Master Skywalker taught him.
I wonder if, because it's not CGI, it's a puppet. I'm sure they use CGI for like facial like stuff, but like I wonder like if there's just somebody like when he does those front flips that is just like, huh, and just yeets it. You know what I mean?
It's probably someone in a green screen like suit,
like holding it, and
well, it's for the front flips. Grogu's probably like on sticks, and the guy's like, "What?" He's just like out there fly fishing.
Yeah.
But
he's got him down though. It's super adorable.
It is. This is a little off topic, but you showed me today that if you just Google search Grogu, like
just don't even say what it does.
Google.com, search Grogu, you'll see Grogu in the bottom corner.
Spell it.
Grogu. And then you'll see an animated Grogu in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen on Google. Click them and see what happens. It's adorable and it's fun. But Mando gets captured, so Grogu gets in his little pod.
Gets in his little pod
with a cute little flashlight. And goes back to the ship to go get Bo-Katan.
Well, he goes to Mando first and tries to rescue him, and then the thing like Krang thing like starts attacking, and Mando's like, "Go get Bo-Katan."
Yeah. Boca.
It's literally Bo-10. Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan. B.
I think
gotta
it's
go.
BO-KATAN.
See you next week.
I should know this. I feel bad that I don't.
It's BO-KATAN. Bo-Katan. But there's a dash between the O and the K.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's cute.
Oh, she fine.
Now she's a little less pouty in this episode. But, she finally gets off her chair.
Yeah.
Stop looking at pictures of her. I need you to carry the team today, Chad.
Sorry, I started out with looking to be like, how do you spell it? Because like I always go Boca, like Boka, and then tan, but it's Bo dash, like you said, Katan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started seeing pictures. And I was like,
hand check.
I'm just kidding.
What do you think about this? If you don't know,
Kermit, sorry. No. No, but Grogu goes and gets Bo-Katan, convinces her to go help save Mando, and I tried really hard to find the scene to send to Jake because it's hilarious. Because like Bo-Katan is like trying to like tell Grogu what to do, and he's like, "Nah, I ain't doing that." But like in his cute, adorable way. So instead of like talking back, he's just like making fart noises with his mouth, like
Meg. 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 Meg.
But it's super funny because Grogu's like talking back, been like, no, your plan is shit, like you need me, like I need to be down there to help save Daddy Pedro. And it's so funny. Like, let's just be honest.
I did like so they also get attacked by some of these blue troll things. And it was a small part. It was just very endearing. Like, she hears it happening, and she, like, pushes Grogu, like, to the side. Like, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to pull my sword out and fight. She was like, get out of the way. Like, it was cool.
And she does pick up the Darksaber when they finally get down to Mando. Because, like, his weapons and everything are off to the side.
She should really have the Darksaber.
She wields it flawlessly.
Oh, my God.
Like, the weight of it doesn't affect her.
Yeah.
Like, she just
holds it perfectly in her hands. No.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's funny. That's where I was going with it. I was being gross. But, I mean, she's just so much better with it. Like, fighting, she can, like... Now, I'm trying not to be gross, but everything that I'm about to say... I was going to say, like, she can just swing it so much better, and, like... she's just better with it than Din Djarin is.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like, the fight scene with her, I was just like, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. And
and it's wild because, like, it has to be won, through combat. And Din Djarin did win it through combat. But why does it not affect her more? it leads me to believe that she probably won it at one point in time.
Mm.
Kind of to switch gears from Star Wars and go to
Harry
Potter,
I knew
like
it.
the Elder Wand, you know,
The
with
Elder Wand.
the Elder Wand. Uh,
Are you a co-op?
you a quap. You a fucking firefighter. But like in that same realm, like she probably won it at some point in time, not knowing. And so it truly responds to her instead of, and that's why Din is struggling with it.
I think there's a. Oh, do I go into it now? There's a part that happens at the end. I won't say what it is, but a lot of people online are saying that uh Din Djarin, whatever, that he's gonna be the
Dan
leader of
Jared. Yep.
Yeah, Don Johnson is gonna be is gonna be the like ruler of Mandalore, and I disagree. I think it's gonna be Bo-Katan. I think, like you said, I think she, uh, the Darksaber is responding better to her.
Well,
She was.
let's explain how what kind of happens.
I didn't know if you wanted to, because that's like kind of the end of the episode. So I didn't know if you wanted to go
I
there.
mean,
But I guess
we're
it's
getting
kind of
there.
the next part. Yeah, yeah. Go for it, and then I'll spit my
Well,
theory out
they find the waters of Mandalore.
Tatanka. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mandalore.
Same thing. Bunch of cake eaters. Uh, sorry, that's Edina. We all know it. And EP, Eden Prairie. Sorry, off topic. But they find the waters. Din gets like dragged underwater. Bo-Katan goes and rescues him yet again because, like Jake said, he is the damsel in distress of the episode. But you see a glimpse of what can only be the Mythosaur.
The best name that they could come up with.
Yeah, it's the mythical dinosaur. So why not just
Sorry.
Mythosaur? Yay. But now go forward from there, because
I'm just kidding.
Mandalorians are known for like taming animals, and that's how they get their sigil on their armor is by like taming a.
One of the big things for Mandalore, for like the Mandalorian, would be that they would tame the Mythosaur and then become like the ruler of Mandalore. And there's been a lot of online chatter about it being Din Djarin doing it. I think it's going to be Bo-Katan. One, she's royalty from that planet, or she was royalty from that planet. The air is breathable, and I don't see Din Djarin like settling down. Otherwise, the show's over. If he's just like, hey, we're just gonna settle down on Mandalore and like restart things here, like it's over. So I think it's gonna be Bo-Katan. She's gonna maybe wield the Darksaber. Like maybe he gives it to her and be like, this is rightfully yours. Like you're the ruler of Mandalore. She's gonna be the one to tame the Mythosaurus Rex, and I think that's how it's gonna go. I think she's gonna be, and then that'll be like a cool like checkpoint for him throughout the coming seasons. Like, oh, we can go back to Mandalore, and Bo-Katan has now, and if she has the Darksaber and tames the mythical beast thing, Mythosaur. Sorry.
Yeah, the fantastic beast and where she found him. Yeah.
That'll bring her people, her Mandalorians, back to her, and I think they're all going to come back to Mandalore under her control. I think that's what's going to happen. Everyone on the internet thinks it's going to be Din Djarin, but I don't think so.
I don't think that he wants that either. So I think I think you're right that it will be Bo-Katan, but I think that she'll be indebted to him because of it.
She shouldn't be. They should be even, if anything, because she saved his life. She saved saved his life. I gotta go. Bye. Saved his life twice in this episode. So like,
But if he gets her the throne,
yeah.
so because we see in the trailer for season 3 that there is some sort of like dropship assault with a bunch of Mandalorians and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that maybe everything points to Mando being the true ruler and heir, but he doesn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to be a Mandalorian. He doesn't want to rule Mandalore. So he gives it to her or helps her
he gives it
team
to
her. For $9.99 a month on a certain site for fans only. You can watch it. Sorry, Mom. I don't think she knows what that is, so we're fine. But I think that he'll help her reclaim the throne for saving his life, but then she'll be indebted to him again, so then she'll offer up her troops to like help him on whatever quest is coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think he wants to lead.
Or I don't know how this is gonna shake up. Or someone else is gonna find out that Mandalore it has like breathable air and stuff, and someone else is gonna try to maybe like the Mandalorians come back to like I don't know, we'll fucking see what happens. I'm just shooting shit out into space, if you will. Oh, well, why are you French in that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited to see where the season goes. I mean, this is also such a great show.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a lot of like fan theories and just like love of the fans really into building a bigger universe, which in a galaxy far, far away, we only like see like 8 planets over the course of like 9 films, and it's all about one fucked up family and like an adoptive kid that was never adopted, but is like, I'm gonna take this name instead, and that's how it ends. But I think that we're starting to explore a lot more with Mandalorian. And these shows. And
if anything, that this week of both The Last of Us and Mandalorian show us is that Pedro Pascal is the best stepdad.
It really is. And just the internet's daddy.
Wasn't he? He's right now. He's People Magazine's like sexiest man alive.
I'm so okay with that.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, come a long way since Buffy the Vampire Slayer and what was it? What was it? And NYPD? No. Yeah, was it? No. Oh God. It's one of those old. I think it was NYPD Blue. He was on.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Like as like a one-off. He was in like one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a bunch of earrings.
Even a long way from Game of Thrones. I mean, he was a badass in that, so.
He was probably one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones ever, and I was so mad that he died.
After like 3 episodes, it was the fucking worst. But Pedro is just killing it now, and it's such great stuff, including The Mandalorian, to get to loop it back into what we're actually talking about. It's fantastic. If you are not watching this and you're still listening, shame on you. But go watch all of it. Just be a part of it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Cardi Cola, do it, do it.
Do it, do it, do it. All right. Well, Jake, let's go ahead and close out this episode.
But before we close out, we just got a couple things we want to talk about. Honorable mentions for one. Chad, what do you got?
Well, I mean, still watching Shrinking on Apple TV Plus. I love that show. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's not truly an honorable mention because the new season hasn't dropped yet, but I'm very excited for Ted Lasso season 3.
That's Wednesday.
Yeah, so when this episode comes out, that new episode will be out for the new season.
It's not really nerdy, but we can spend like 5 minutes talking about it.
The show is so good.
Yeah.
But also I started watching Severance, also on Apple TV Plus, with Adam Scott. What's her first name? David Arquette's sister. Alicia? Patricia Arquette. She's in that as well.
Patty, if you will.
Yeah.
Pat. The old PR cat.
PR cat. Yeah, there we go. The show is interesting.
I've heard that. I haven't watched it, but I've heard
only
it's
2 episodes in, but it's kind of trippy, and there's a lot of suspense and like as to what's really going on. But I enjoy it so far, so I'm gonna keep watching it. What about you? What do you have for honorable mentions?
We have been rewatching all of the Scream movies, starting from the first one, obviously, making our way to the new one that is out in theaters now. I really enjoyed the first one. I forgot how much I enjoyed the first one. Also, I didn't realize that it was as old as it is. The first one came out in 1996. I was like 10 when that movie came out, which is crazy because I remember being a kid and not wanting to see it. And my older brothers, my brother and my oldest cousin, who is like a brother to me, made me watch it. And I don't think I enjoyed it at all. But now that I'm like a huge horror fan,
He also loves horrors. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I was gonna make a joke and I was like, nope. The first one is so good. I love the first one so much. And the second one, we also watched, and I really enjoyed the second one as well, but it's a little too. And I guess it's part of their thing, but the twist endings was a little too much. It was like, and it was just like, fucking just end. We get it. As where the first one had like a twist, but it was like, oh, that's dope. And then that was kind of it. And the second one was like, twist. And it was like, stop. But I did enjoy it. I think
Stop.
if I remember correctly, I did not care for 3 and 4 all that much, specifically 4. But I did enjoy the most recent one that came out, 5, with Jenna Ortega, and it ties very closely into the very first Scream movie. So I am actually excited for the new one because I think it is also going to tie heavily into the first movie. And I'll leave it at that. I have theories.
You have theories. On top of your theories, what should people do, Jake?
Fuck off, San Diego.
People not in San Diego.
Give us your money, please, so we can keep doing this.
Yeah.
Like, share.
Yeah.
Give us stuff.
Yeah, if you like what we're doing, give us your money, like Jake said. Unless you're from San Diego, then you can fuck off. San Diego, German for a whale's vagina.
Santiago.
No, by contributing to the podcast, you allow us to do bigger and better things, which we have a lot of bigger and better things that we are trying to do. And it's all coming out of our pocket, which is fine because we're going to do these things either way.
Yep.
But if you like those things, give us your money because it helps. We don't pocket anything. There are people that help us that we would love to pay. Like before we take a paycheck ourselves.
Yeah.
So you can go to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It's a great way to support us on a monthly basis. You get some behind the scenes, some bonus stuff, especially from interviews. We have an interview coming out next week about Dungeons and Dragons that we're super excited about. It was a great interview. And there's a lot of bonus stuff that we can throw in there for the people that support us monthly. If you don't want to do that, I mean, lame, but we get it.
You get like, it's not like you just give us stuff, give us money, and like we're just like thanks. You know, like you get like merch, like T-shirts and
exclusive merch, stuff that's not available on our websites.
We give it back.
Yeah, we give it back. Yeah. And if you don't want to give on a monthly basis, I mean, we totally get that as well. But if you want to give us money instead of doing a one-time donation through buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd, you can just go to allthingsnerdpodcast.com and pick up some merch. I mean, that also helps us tremendously. And if you don't want to give us your money, like Jake said, like, subscribe, share,
Spread the word.
Rate the show. If you listen to it audio only, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, things like that, it really does help.
Go check us out on Instagram too, because there's a lot of shenanigans that are happening. Because this is all recorded like video as well, and that you may hear us like laughing at shit if you're just listening on Spotify, and you don't know what the fuck we're laughing about. Check us out on Instagram, and you might get to see some of that. Yeah. It may not be something you want to see, but we're funny, damn it.
Jake shows his butthole a lot.
Yeah.
But you also might want to see that, so give us your money. For fans only. No, joking about that part. But we do love you, and we appreciate the support because it allows us to keep doing what we're doing. Jake, bring us home.
Oh, yeah. This has been the All Things Nerd podcast. Tink.